Hi, I just wanted to make this video and share an experience I had today at the Cook's Children's in Fort Worth. I used to go to this hospital when I was a kid, and I've been taking my son there for years. This morning he woke up with a sore throat. I couldn't get him in to see his primary care doctor. They were, leave a message, nurse will call you back. Last time they called me back 2 days later. So I went to Fort Worth to the urgent care clinic. It was so crowded, we couldn't even get into the lobby. So that left me with no other choice but to take my son in the emergency room. He's got to see a doctor. I mean, his throat, it was so sore he could barely talk. So I go to the emergency room. I check in. This was at 9 o'clock this morning. It's now almost 6 o'clock, and we just got home, probably 30 minutes ago. We did finally get to see a doctor, and she said, all right, I'm going to get your school note and your paperwork and stuff ready. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And figured she'd be right back, and she never came back. And we sat there and we waited. And finally I was like, all right, what's going on here? So as I'm walking up to the nurse's station, I see the nurse's computer, and I see that she's shopping on her computer. She's looking at dresses, and the rest of them are just kind of sitting around. This really upset me. It's really pissed me off because, we were there all day, and there were people in that waiting room that were there all day with little babies. And, I don't know if this particular nurse was on her break. I mean, there's got to be a break room somewhere you can go to do this. You don't need to do this on a company computer. And, when we pay our medical bills, even if you're on Medicaid, that's your tax dollars paying for people's medical bills. Somebody's paying for all this. And, you're getting paid to sit here and shop on the internet. And the worst part was, I was so shocked, and I was so upset by it that I really just, I just didn't want to say anything right then and there, because I was afraid that I was going to just cause a scene, and I didn't want to embarrass my kid and get cops called and all that. So I stopped by the nurse's station on the other side of the triage area or whatever, and I told one of the nurses there who it was. I told them that, there was one of the nurses that helped me, and it wasn't her. It was the one that sat next to her, was, on the computer shopping. And her response to that was, it wasn't, oh my gosh, well, let me talk to a manager about it, or, let's write that down or anything. No, it was, you can talk to the person that calls to do your survey after your visit, or we can get you a patient advocate. Now, I've dealt with patient advocates before, and usually that means you got to wait, you got to make an appointment. I'm going to be there longer. At this point, I'm done. I want to go home. My child is tired. He wants to go home too. And I told her that. I said, and you know what, don't worry about it. I said, you probably need to go tell your manager about it. So, you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, and you got to wait for a long time. It's something to think about. When they tell you, oh, it's because of COVID, or it's because of this, or it's because of that. Oh, and I mean, it's sad because there are nurses out there that take their job seriously, but this one did not. And, when you're responsible for the health and well-being of children, and people are relying on you for their health, their life, this is not a time to be looking at dresses online. It's not. It's not appropriate. It's disrespectful to me and my child, as well as all those people in that waiting room. So I just thought about, let y'all know, what's going on there. I will not be back to Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth. I won't. I'm pretty upset. So that's all I got today.